So I read a great quote from Cameron Diaz today, and it was, "I'd rather see my face aging than a face that doesn't belong to me." Whew, it's heavy. It is. Let's get into it. Welcome to Talk 50 to Me. Talk 50 to me. Let's do it again. Hi, Constance.
Hi, Heidi.
So we talk a lot about plastic surgery. I don't know if I've told you this, but I was actually offered 2 free facelifts in my 50s.
I'm sorry, what?
I was offered 2 free unsolicited facelifts. One was from the doctor who did my breast reduction because I had very large bazongis.
Hold. You did a breast reduction in your 50s.
Yes.
Why?
I had 32G breasts. I was even already at that point exhausted from the male gaze. And there's a lot of childhood stuff that went into having big boobs and being teased for them. And I just really wanted my breast to fit my body. So I did it. And one doctor afterwards offered me a free facelift. And then another friend of mine who's a plastic surgeon, her husband is a plastic surgeon, said, "Oh, my husband is doing this new thing. It's not surgical, and he wants you to come in and talk to him about it." And I went in to talk to him about it, and he said, "Oh my God, I could make you look so much better." And he told me what he wanted to do facelift-wise, and I burst into tears. And I said, "You're the problem. You're the reason I don't love myself." And there are these messages that you get from birth about aging and that it's not good to age. And while I want women to do whatever they want to themselves, understand that when they say, "I want to look better," they're saying, "I want to look younger," because that is what is acceptable in this world that we live in. Even you talked to me this morning about when you were having plastic surgery done not to look younger.
Right. Well, let me explain that because I was only 19 and why you have to make me cry like right at the top? It's not fair. Because I was in a car accident when I was 8 years old and I have a scar on my face, and I did I was asked to do a German documentary, believe it or not. And it was about someone in front of the camera and someone behind the camera. So they followed me around to auditions and all this kind of stuff. And the other person on this documentary was a body double. And it was all about how she basically made every actress look amazing, feel amazing, because it was her body, but never her face. And my career is all about my face and not really about my body, even though it fucking is. But I digress. When I saw that footage back, I saw myself on camera and I said, I will never work as an actor if I have that scar on my face. It was just a big reality check because the reason they had me, by the way, this goes back to what you're saying, which I completely forgot, is while I was doing that documentary, they asked me if I would go to a plastic surgeon and talk to the plastic surgeon about my scar.
Right.
I had never thought about it before.
Of course not. You were 19 years old.
Right. So they recorded me going to this doctor and him telling me, "Oh my God, it'll be so much better. You'll be so much better. You won't see it. It'll blah, 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 blah." And so it put that in my head. Mm-hmm. And then when I watched it, I said, "Oh, wow, they're right. That's asking a lot of this industry to accept me that way."
So that's what I'm saying. Like when women talk about getting plastic surgery, and it is their right to decide. And I just want everyone to really dig deep into the why. Is it because you've been told your whole life that you look terrible? I mean, I posted something the other day about getting lip injections and how I thought it was going to make my life better, and it didn't. I just needed to learn to love myself. And 2 of the comments I got were, "Girlfriend, you just need a face and neck lift respectfully. Try a deep plane facelift. You'll feel like a rewind has happened." And for me, We just need the messaging, more messaging out there that it's okay to age naturally. Like, it's okay. You don't have to want to look younger, or at least dive into the reasons behind why you're doing it. Really dive into it. And it's not always that you want to look younger. Like, our guest today is a perfect example of doing plastic surgery, not to look younger.
But to make herself feel better about the new body that she's in.
Correct. We should meet her.
Yes, we should.
Today's guest is proof that women in their 50s are absolute warriors. You know her as a movie star and TV talk show titan, proving to anyone and everyone who watched her star rise that she was unstoppable. But it's in her 50s that we are all falling in love with her all over again, for her vulnerability, her no fucks given attitude, and for taking all of us on a journey she did not ask to be on, with grace and beauty after losing everything in the Palisades fire. She is literally rebuilding her life from the ashes and proving women never stop reinventing themselves. They just keep moving forward no matter what. Please welcome the truly remarkable Ricki Lake. Oh, Ricki!
So nice. Thank you, Heidi. I love you guys. I love what you're doing.
You. We're so
I'm
happy to have you
be in the
here.
club. It's great. It's been great. Like, honestly, Abby Epstein, who is our friend and colleague, and she's been my business partner, my filmmaking partner for more than 20 years. And, she put me in touch with you guys. Like, she's the gift that keeps on giving. So I'm so happy to just be in your circle.
We were talking about that this morning, how wonderful it is that so many of us are finding friends, new friends at this age in our life, and how important it is. Like, I met you and instantly fell madly in love with you.
Yeah, I think, wouldn't you agree that your friends that you are finding in your 50s is a whole different kind of friendship than the friends you made in your 20s or your 30s?
Yes. I mean, that's a really hard question to answer. I mean, because I don't think of it as like, oh, my friends have, my life this year and the past 5 years, to be honest, has taken such a turn, stemming from losing my last partner to mental illness, like, just there's so many chapters and layers and adventures that I never expected to go on. And of late, losing my house and fleeing my town and coming here. I mean, it's just, there's a wealth of new experiences, new people in my life, all the friends I left, I have dear friends in LA. So I don't know. I love people. Like, I was a really good talk show host for a reason, because I was so into people and relationships and curious about lifestyles and choices. And so that just, like, it continues.
That's who you are. Yeah. So with that, can you give us one word to describe your 50s?
I have to choose two words.
Okay.
Unexpectedly satisfying.
Ooh, okay. How did you get to those two words?
I don't know. Because I'm stoned. I don't know. I'd say it's playful, like, because I'm still newly married to my third, last, and favorite husband. And like, it just feels like this, I feel like I'm in this age of play and joy and ease. And, a lot of it is my children are grown, his children are grown. We don't have, we have our little dog, and, he comes home from work and we just want to play, and just, it's really, really been fun.
What
and
a
I guess
gift.
I'm also the lucky one that I don't really work for a living right now, because I've been lucky enough to have that talk show back in the day. But so my life of now is really about having fun.
That's a gift. That's such a gift at this age, I would say.
I'm trying. I mean, yeah. But I've also had to rebirth and reinvent, move here, create this home for us. It's definitely been a very challenging year, but I still managed to have fun with my favorite person in our 50s.
You also sort of reinvented yourself physically a little bit. So let's get to the hottest topic on the World Wide Web this day.
Are we talking about when I shave my head? Or are we talking about
your transparency?
No, you're
about,
constantly transforming yourself. I mean, that's what's so incredible about you.
But we started this episode talking about plastic surgery and the conundrum around it. So we love your transparency about what you've recently done. Or not that recently, but pretty recently.
a year ago. July was a year, and yeah, it was one of the most amazing, like, positive experiences and choices I've made of my life. You know, I was like, I can't explain it. I'm very impulsive. I'm a Virgo. I'm a type A Virgo, and when I want something done, I want it done yesterday. And so in the case of like having this lower face and neck lift and CO2 laser with Dr. Alan Foulad, and I don't get paid by him to like talk about him, but he's that good. He is that good, and he has handled the faces of my many dear friends on more than two hands since I did my procedure. He's amazing. He's just a step above all the others, in my opinion. But yeah, so I've always been an open book. I'm completely transparent. I don't know how to lie or keep something to myself. I like sharing, and especially if it's a positive experience. I'm not trying to get people to do what I did, but I just feel like I want that friend to tell me, hey, this worked for me, or hey, you know, and that's what I do. I do it sparingly, you know.
But you did it for a very specific reason.
That my chin was falling.
You had lost a lot of weight.
Yeah. I lost a lot of weight. I'd lost 40 pounds, you know, very consciously and really in a very healthy way, my husband and I together. And after that, I mean, and I've lost weight my whole career. I have been, as I'm like a public figure since Hairspray 18, I have been up, I have been down, I have been, you know, and yeah, so this time around, I'm in my 50s. And so this was bothering me, this like extra thing that was not going to come back up, you know, no matter what I did. And so a friend of mine had this amazing experience with this doctor. She looked incredible. I saw her 8 days post-surgery. I was blown away. And not only how amazing she looked and felt, but the euphoria. Like, she was euphoric that she had made this decision. She had done her due diligence, met with all the doctors on both coasts and in Texas and Florida. She went everywhere, and she chose this guy, and I trust her. And so I was like, I'll have what she's having. Like, I literally visited her, and like, I was like, okay, it was a Friday night. Monday morning, first thing, I made an appointment for a consult, met with him on Wednesday, booked his next available, and did it the following month and a half. He had a rare opening. Anyway, cut to, I did this. It was really, it was amazing. It was easy for me to recover, and I'm really happy that not only myself, but other people appreciate the results. And I have no scars. You can't see one.
Yeah. So can we ask you a question about, would you have done plastic surgery specifically to make yourself look younger?
No. I'm
That's
cutting you off right there. I'm sorry, I didn't let you finish.
No, that's great.
No, good. Yeah.
I own being my age. I love, like, being 56. I am the best me I've ever been. Through all of the good times, all the hard times. I mean, I'm just like, I'm this evolving person through my life experience. You know, I don't color my hair. I shaved my head dramatically 6 years ago when I was struggling with hair loss. And so it was like this release and this like liberation that I felt from that experience. And then I never colored my hair again. I have never put hair color on my scalp because my hair is sensitive to it. I just hate, I was a slave to coloring my gray hair for so long. And I was ahead of the curve, I like to say, in this case.
Because you were.
You know, after the pandemic, everyone, couldn't get to their hair colorist.
Yeah.
We were all on lockdown. And so everyone had that skunk streak or whatever. And I think it's all beautiful. But in my case, I shaved my head. And so it just grew out. Like, this is my natural color. And I like it. I was just thinking about it when I was walking to come home to talk to you guys. And I was thinking about, my 50s or whatever. And it's like, it's been like a freedom of just accepting. And I say that, and I'm contradicting myself because I had a facelift. So
yes,
it's like,
but I agree, again, you did it for a very different reason than I think it's a different reason. I don't think it's you. Like, I think you were making an improvement to something you had already made an improvement to. I think the concept of doing it to look younger is where we fall over. Like, people say, I want to do it to look better, but better is, it's that messaging.
Yeah.
Constantly. We pay way too much attention to how we look, but I really do think it's a different category because of what you went through. I do. I mean, I don't know. I had a breast reduction. And I think
I
that's
had a breast
different.
reduction.
I think
I had
that's
a breast
different.
reduction.
You know, you're carrying
I think
around
it's all,
something that doesn't belong to you.
I actually like I'm just pro-choice. I want women to do it for whatever reason they want. I like if they feel yeah, they want to look younger. Like I really want women to have access to choice, to informed choice, you know, and yeah, I mean for whatever reason, honestly, I know women who've had their whatever done to them and they've done it for different reasons. We're all different. And in my case, you know, I just wanted this part fixed and I'm really happy that the rest of me looks refreshed. Like he didn't do my eyes, but the way
Yeah.
he did this deep plane, you know, it lifts my eyes so I don't look as tired. And I didn't notice I looked tired until I look at the before and after. And I just feel like a refreshed version of me. And I'm not pretending to be somebody else. I don't want to look like anybody else. I just want to look my best self, you know?
The best version of ourselves, whatever that may be to each individual person. Right?
Exactly.
Because like some people think that the best version of themselves is what they look like when they were 20. I personally I don't like the way I looked when I was younger. I like the way I'm looking older, but it's just because it's a sense of ownership. And I was talking about the biggest problem here with us specifically is our business makes us feel like we are not worthy because if we age. And so it's why we have to go away for a couple of years and age off camera so that we can come back and then people aren't comparing the two people. You're just now a different person.
Did you really do that, Constance? Did you really like consciously step away and take a break for your career?
No, I'm waiting for that to happen because there's not as many roles. So I'm going to be forced to do it. But like, for instance, Jane Fonda, she disappeared for 15 years from 50 to 65. And when she came back, she's a different Jane Fonda. And I mean that mind, body, and soul, right? And she does say that her biggest regret is doing plastic surgery.
Yeah.
But I think that we, the women right now who are in our 50s, we are setting a different standard. We are talking about that all of this is not like people are admitting, right, that they are doing things to their face. People are admitting that what the pressures are, and they're also trying to fight the fight of saying, I would like to age naturally. Let me age naturally.
Yeah.
And we just need more people
to say that's okay.
To say it's okay and to not be reprimanded for it. Like I'm just, you know, for me, I feel like I almost have to go now and play women who are 60, but I'm in my 50s so that I look like a younger 60-year-old versus playing a woman in her 50s who looks like me.
Hot 60-year-old. Hot 60-year-old. Hot grandma.
I mean,
it's weird. I mean, I'm not really an actor anymore, you know. I can't even think of the last acting job I had. So it doesn't really apply to me. Like I've just built a career on really being me.
Yeah.
I'm better at that than I am being an actor. You know, I don't think.
But that helps.
I think I've been.
That helps all of us. That helps all of us. What you do.
What helps all of us?
Your transparency.
Oh, thank you. I mean, it helps me. Like, I really feel like I don't know how to. I get like just. I feel supported when I share, particularly because people grew up with me. They know who I am, and they root for me, which has really been such an amazing. Like, I can't believe the goodwill that I've had all these years. It helps.
I can.
You can?
Yeah,
because
I think when you say things out loud with no fear and with complete vulnerability, it makes people say, "Oh wow, I can do that."
Ricki, you've also never pretended to be anything that you are not. And I think this is what we struggle with getting older is if we have led people to believe that we are one thing and then all of a sudden we can't keep up with that one thing, that one version of ourselves, that's where we struggle, right? Like, did you have anything in your head that you can remember when you were going into your 50s, you thought the 50s were going to be like? And were any of those right?
Well, it's like circumstance. So it's what happened to me. So I really thought when Christian Evans, my partner, my second husband who passed away, like I said, in 2017, I was 48. So I was coming up on my turning 50. And just that idea that I'm going to be alone forever. I'm never going to meet anyone. And it was around that time that I also dealt with my hair. My hair was a constant Achilles heel that was really, it was very debilitating. And it was like, he took his life, struggled with, mental illness, losing him in my late 40s, just the stigma of like turning 40, you're over the hill, and so I just thought my 50s was going to be lonely. I would be alone. I would, I just thought it was going to be very dark for me. I didn't necessarily see the bright future that was ahead. And honestly, it's been incredible. Like all of it, I mean, like losing my house too. It's like, it's such a huge trauma and a huge loss that every day I'm reminded of, like, fuck, I lost that. Fuck, I don't have that. Fuck, it's like, it's on loop,
Yeah.
But I'm living in this like insane place in New York City. Like, we have uprooted, we have taken this risk. Ross, my husband, had never spent a week in New York City before we moved here. So we're living, it's like, we love it. And we wouldn't have had this opportunity. Know that we get so much out of being in New York City. It's like a new life. It's a new chapter that, I don't know, my 50s have totally surprised me. I have to say, I think
That's
it's
awesome.
my favorite of all my decades.
We were with you when you made the snap decision to move to New York. And so we have firsthand knowledge of you just saying, fuck it. So, like, what's next on your fuck it bucket list?
Oh my God. I don't know. Let me think. I mean, I'm going to Japan in 2 weeks, and that's really
amazing.
exciting. I've never been. I've always wanted to go. I'm going with a really fun friend and my husband and another. Like, I'm really excited about that. I don't know what is down the pike. I'm rebuilding my home, and so that is a big fuck it.
Good, because I can't wait to come see it.
Oh my God. Constance was at my house. I don't think, Heidi, you ever came to
No,
my
and
house.
I know that I wasn't there because I used to watch your feed every day before I met you, and you would talk about your passion fruit. And I am a passion fruit
my
addict.
house
And I was
was
like, I'm
even-
going to fucking get there and I'm going to eat that fucking passion fruit with Ricki Lake if it's the last thing I do.
Passion fruit margaritas. You're sober, aren't you?
I am, but I'll take a sober I'll take a
Sober,
a fogarita.
Yeah.
But yeah,
I know.
okay,
My
well,
house was even better than it looked on Instagram. It was so great. And we're going to rebuild, and it's going to be something different. It's going to be magical, blah, blah, blah.
Look, listen, that's what our 50s are for, rebuilding.
yeah.
So you just get to actually do it to yourself and to your home. And, you might rebuild it in a way that you wouldn't have had it before. Now you've had all these new adventures and you've been traveling, which you thought you would never do.
It's amazing. I know that there's an expression, God doesn't give you more than he can handle or she can handle, but I just want you to know I wrote them a letter and said, knock it the fuck off with Ricki. She's had enough. So we have two little questions left for you.
Well, do we have a surprise? Or
We
no?
have one question and then a surprise
Okay.
question. But the question I have for you is, what is your advice for the next generation of women coming up to their 50s?
I mean, it's like the cliche of like, today is the youngest you're ever going to be, and so like enjoy it. And the amount of time that I wasted in my earlier years hating myself or like judging myself, being hard on myself, like that was a waste of time. It was a waste of energy. And so, yeah, I mean, I think like happiness is a choice. Loving yourself, self-love is a choice, and so, yeah.
Choose
Did
joy.
I
Choose
that's
joy.
right.
Yeah.
Choose happiness.
Okay,
And
and now
self-love.
we have a surprise jar, and there could be something very racy in here.
Or not.
Okay.
But you're stoned. You
Okay.
can handle it. How many milligrams are we talking today?
I only took 5
Okay.
because I had to talk to you guys. I didn't want to say anything that I was going to regret, regret.
I mean, if you don't say something,
I don't
you're
I don't
going to
regret
regret
anything.
what's life.
I don't have regrets.
Yeah.
All right. What
Okay.
is it?
Here it
spicy?
is. It is. It's not that spicy.
Pick
It
another
is.
one.
What's your biggest fear in your 50s? What's your biggest fear in your 50s?
I don't.
Margaret Cho said falling.
Oh, really? Like I could say spiders or snakes. No,
Yeah, no,
I mean, but I wanted to be like closer to like
we
aging. I
like
mean,
that
I'm
you're
not.
thinking deep.
I've done enough ayahuasca that I like had that sort of that fear of dying kind of went away. Even though, of course, I don't want to die. Um, I have a fear. I mean, I have a fear of like losing Ross, like that something happening, God forbid, to him. Like I've been through a lot of loss, and am so happy and entwined with him that the idea of like not having him, you know. But my whole life, it's been a lesson of letting go, letting go of everything I had. I mean, it's just like there's been an overwhelm, like a running theme of having to learn the lesson of letting go. But I guess that's the fear that comes up for me right now.
Maybe that is the fear, is not being able to continue to let go.
Maybe. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, we've
Yeah.
loved having you here for this brief, wonderful,
I
delightful,
know.
delicious chat. We love you so much. We're so
I
happy
love
that we have a new
you.
squad,
I know.
and we're going to be in New
I
York
love you
soon,
guys.
so
I
we're
love
going
what
to
you're
hang out.
doing.
I know. We love you.
Yes.
Thank you so much for coming and talking to us. I know.
My pleasure. My pleasure. Good luck with this. This is so fun. I can't wait to see all the amazing women you have on here.
Yes, we're going to do it. Women in their 50s and 60s, we are going to change the narrative. That's right. Okay. We love
You
you.
already are. I love
Ah,
you.
goodbye.
Bye.
Love you. So we literally just met Ricki Lake. And when I said to her that I fell in love with her the second I met her, I literally fell in love with her the second I met her. It was like, oh, you're my oldest friend. And it's because she's the kind of person that I like. They just put it all out there. They are completely 100% open and honest all the time. And you know where you stand.
Yeah, it's funny because I know why, it's what I look to her and I look to you for is how comfortable you are in transparency and unfiltering yourself. And I find that I'm still in a state of, hold on, let me think about that for a second before I say it, because I think I still feel the pressures of making sure I respond correctly or say the right thing and I don't say the wrong thing, right? And you and Ricki lead with, and I thought from you it was because you are 10 years older than me and you've learned that much more. Ricki only being a few years older than me, I think it's just because it's how she's been from day one.
Yeah.
She's always been that go-to girl who has been like, yeah, this is who I am. You like it or not. So the conversations around basically, the controversial conversations around plastic surgery and why people do it, for the reasons they do it. Everybody has their own reasons, but I think what we're trying to get to the heart of is not thinking that it is going to
fix you,
heal you, or solve the way you look at yourself in the mirror, because I think when we look at ourselves in the mirror, we are seeing it all.
Well, I think we need to start looking at our insides. And when you really feel good on the inside, it reflects on the outside.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, just, going back to the top of this episode, talking about, people voluntarily saying, well, I can fix this for you and you'll look better, when it's not even something in your brain, when
Right.
you're 19, or when you're going to get a breast reduction and someone's saying, let me fix your face at the same time.
Yeah.
Like, you don't fucking know how I feel about myself,
Yeah.
right? So now you're making me question how I should feel about myself. But what I was going to say is, for me, why it was so emotional is because my mother, before I went into that surgery at 19, she said, I just have one question for you before you do this. If your choice wasn't to be an actress, would you be doing this? And I said, no. I'm very comfortable in who I am as a person, but I know that that is not what sells.
Yeah. Well, I think that's part of why you're harder on yourself about being open, is because you've always been someone who had to present themselves to other people and be the nice person in the room and all of those things, and on the set, and be a good girl and all of those things. But I think at the end of the day, the bottom line for me is, We need to let women age however the fuck they want.
And whether that's naturally or not naturally, just let every woman be who they want to be, the way they want to be themselves.
Leave us alone. Please tell the people where they can find us.
All right. So you can follow us on Instagram at Talk50to Me and subscribe to our email list to get Talk50to Me updates and announcements. Have a question? DM us on Instagram or email us at talk50tomepod@gmail.com. And remember to like and subscribe wherever you find your favorite podcasts.
See you next Tuesday. Bye now. Talk 50 to Me with Heidi Clements and Constance Zimmer is produced by Alex Beatty, recording engineer Aaliyah Walker, editing by Zelene Hassi, music by Matt Friedman, production services provided by A4S Podcast Studios, a Talk 50 to Me LLC production distributed by the Forward Network.